Hello guys, we start the new chapter, chapter 8. It is about financial mathematics or consumer mathematics, and you will need to use a calculator as soon as our exam will be on computer. But you are also allowed to use an online calculator. I usually use Desmos calculator. I think it's very convenient, Desmos scientific. Okay, but it is up to you. The only thing that you cannot use on the exam is your cell phone. The word percent is from per centum, so per hundred. In all formulas, we use decimal representation. If you have 36%, we cannot use 36 in the formula. We should divide this by 100 and use decimal representation. 0.36 or 3600 will be decimal of 36%. For 19.35, you also divide it by 100 and you get 0.1932. Usually it means that you move the decimal point 2 places to the left. We can just use the calculator. So for example, 24.35%. If you want to know decimal form, we divide by 100 and we get 24.2435. So the decimal point is moved to the left. Let us take the next example, 0.05 and divide by 100. So you see the calculator sometimes gives such a scientific notation. It means that we move the decimal point and the number 5, it is situated on the right, and move to the left 4 units. For example, if you have 4 times 10 to the second, positive exponent means that you move decimal point to the right. 10 squared is the same as 100. 4 times 100, 400. Or decimal point from this place moves 2 places to the right. And we get 0 and 0, 400. Let us multiply 4 by 10 to the power negative 2. It means that decimal point from here moves 2 places to the left. And we need a 0 to show this place. And we get 400. The same with 5. 5 to the power negative 4 means that the decimal point from this place moves 1, 2, 3, 4 places to the left. Now it's here, and all these places must be shown by zeros. So 0.0005. We had the point here, 0.05. To write in the decimal form, we move 2 places to the left. Now the point is here, 0.0005. And when we have a decimal representation, we want to know what is the percent. Multiply by 100, or we move decimal point 2 places to the right to get 5%. The same with 0.2. We move the point to the right 2 places, and the second place must be shown by 0, 20%. Another kind of a problem, convert a fraction to percent. So first we must represent the fraction as a decimal. For example, 3 divided by 8. It is 0.375. Then, and in this decimal form, to get a percentage, we must move the point 2 units to the right, which correspond to multiplying by 100. 37.5%. 14 over 15, 0.933333. So my MATLAB usually asks you how many decimals it wants to see after the point, and if you write a different number, you'll be wrong. So multiplied by 100 to get percents, 93.333, and if it wants one number after the point, and it is 93.3%. Percent of change is the change of the amount from base amount to new amount, so new minus base divided by base amount, so starting amount. So if the new amount is greater, then it will be positive percent of change. So for example, population of Texas increased from 25.1 million in 2010 to 29 million in 2019. What was the percent of change? So change divided by the base amount. 29 minus 25.1 divided by 25.1 is approximately 0.155. And we want to give the answer in percent, so we move decimal point in two places to the right, 15.5%. Another application of this percent of change is the markup price. The markup is usually price above the dealer cost, so the dealer cost is the starting price or the base amount, and the markup as percent of markup is the percent of change. So the selling price minus dealer cost divided by the starting or the base amount dealer cost. And the percent equation. If you want to tell what is the percent of this base, so what is 25% of 120? Then you multiply 25% by the base 120 and you get the amount, the answer for the question. Important is that you use decimal form from 25, because 25%, you know, it is 1/4. It cannot be greater than 120. So you use 0.25 multiplied by 120 and get 30. 40 is 5% of what number? So in our percent equation, we know the amount, but we do not know the base. 5% of what number, let us call it B, base is the amount 40. We need to solve this equation for B. B is multiplied by 0.05, so we must divide by 0.05 both sides of the equation to get B. 40 over 0.05. And you can use calculator here. 40 divided by 0.05 is 800. Calculating your income tax. What is the amount of federal income tax she owes if your income is 53,720? First, we locate the line. Her income corresponds to the third line between 37,000 and 81,000. Then we use the formula 5,183 plus 25% of the difference between her amount and her income and 37,000. So we subtract and multiply by 25%, and of course we use percents in decimal form. So if you use a small calculator, do not forget about parentheses. They show the order of operation, or use some online calculator